Alright, so I don't have a Mac, I'm using PC, so I, just, the way I'm doing this podcast is actually doing just a screenshot video of my desktop, so I hope that this is transferable, that this is adequate. So my project is about PC versus Mac. I think this is a major question that is constantly asked by those who love technology and by those who just utilize it, the average user, which is better. And so today I'd like to explore some of the framework that I think you need to ask yourself when you decide which you want to choose. The questions that I want to consider, that I want to talk about today is, are you going to use it for gaming? I'm a big gamer, so I think that this matters to me and most of the people that I talk to. Are you going to use it for video and music edit? Are you going to be mixing music, recording videos? Is it just for Skype? Is that all you can use it for? Those matter. Do you want to create a system that you put together and make your own? Customization, that is a big factor for me, so that is one that I always ask people. You want to make it your own, and what's the price range that you're looking for? I think that is probably the biggest factor that most people think about when they're trying to buy a PC. Price matters because it's whatever you have in the pocketbook you can afford. So gaming gods. I gave this field to PC. Here's some quotes that I'd like to throw out there that I found online. The library of gaming available for PC is exhaustive, and hardware specifically tweaked for gaming performance is much more readily available for Windows. This has to do with people who spend time just taking their NVIDIA graphics cards and tweaking them and overclocking them just a little bit further to get that extra frame per second when they're trying to get together clans for StarCraft or whatever it is that people like to play games with. I play WoW, I play RuneScape, I go old school. Also, a search for online gaming platforms. Steam reveals about 180 games for Mac and more than 1,300 for PC. I think a majority of the gamers you'll find on PC, I think it's a larger platform with more readily available software that Windows offers. Mac is a little bit more selective about what they allow on their systems, and PC just is practically open source in that sense. So again, I'm in PC. Video and music. This one is a Mac's for sure. Whenever I talk about Mac computers and what you're going to get out of it, I always tell people that if you're going to be using a Mac, you need to be mixing music or editing videos. Many professionals who need to create studio quality content will opt for Mac OS because of both its history and community involved in the field of work. Some of the history includes that most Hollywood movies' special effects are created on the Macintosh platform, including Pixar's successful computer-generated movies. This is, like I said, this is what I tell people that Macs are for. It's for taking music tracks and splitting them up and mixing electronica music or throwing beats in an R&B song. I think it's also for video editing. Photoshop It's a Mac software. That's what they're for. That's what these high-priced, cutting-edge computers, laptops are for. It's not meant to use to look at Facebook. If you want to look at Facebook, just use a netbook that you spend $100 for on it that has Ubuntu. It doesn't matter because it still plays the internet. Customization. This one obviously is the PC. Mac really only has 5 major computer lines all together with a few tweaks. It's about 18 unique computers all together. And when it comes to the PC, it's endless. There's 11 or 12 different companies, Dell or Toshiba or HP. They all create PCs, and from a hardware sense, Mac is it's stuck. You can't really tweak a Mac computer. You can't just go in there and put your own parts in. I think the RAM is even soldered onto the motherboard. When it comes to a PC, this is where people come together and create custom Gears of War 3 cases that have lights and LED lights that flash and spin inside, and water coolant tanks to be able to support a 4.5 gigahertz overclock processor to keep it from overheating and exploding inside the laptop. This is what PC is known for. It's known for making it your own and starting a PC from just the case and building it up however you want to your specifications. So I think PC obviously is the winner for this one. I think Mac, the only customization is Apple skins. It's about as complex as that gets. And price. Now this one is really subjective. I gave it to PC for the fact that PC has such a large variety of price. You have systems that start from $200 and they go up to Alienware computers for brand purposes of $2,500. I think people get misconceptions about how expensive Apple computers are. They say, "Oh, why would you want to buy an Apple? It's $1,000, $1,200." And once again, I think that depends on what you're using it for. If you look at comparable price to a PC model that would accurately fit the same computer specifications, I think about this. They're about the exact same price. There isn't much variation. I think people say PCs are cheaper, but that's just because there's so many varieties. You could switch from Intel and go to AMD, about half the price, and still pretty good processing power. And you can build a sweet custom rig for $600. That's good. It'll be good for a year or two before it becomes outdated, because prices are cheap when you can build it yourself. And even stock computers are relatively cheap. But once again, when it comes to actual comparable computer specifications, Mac just pushes the line. It makes swell computers, and I think that's people get that mixed up in their minds. So who's the overall winner? Once again, I think it really depends on what you want out of a system. Of course, I'm always going to say PC. I'm a PC fan. It's where I write programs. It's where I play video games. It's where I do my Facebook. It's where I listen to my music. It's where I email, and it's where I do design and some photo edits. It's where I run my Facebook page that I spend hours on, play video games on. Mac is just it's something you have to get used to. And I think once you know how to use it, it becomes a very powerful machine. I think that's part of the problem, is that most people don't know how to use it. They get on, they look at Facebook, they get on Tumblr, and that's all they use it for. And I think that's a waste of a PC. When it comes to that point, you should buy a PC. I say PC relative because really Apple is a PC. It's a personal computer. It's more just Apple and then everything else. So I'm going to say PC wins, but once again, it really depends on what you're going to use it for.